Hello everyone, it's Dr. Tingting here. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'd like to share some of my thoughts and experience on a topic that has not been talked about very often, but I think many piano students and parents will be interested in learning more, especially those who take piano lessons seriously. That is, how can you stand out at piano competitions? How to win? In my 20-plus years of teaching career, I'm fortunate to have the opportunity to adjudicate several piano competitions. I've also organized and hosted junior piano festivals. Meanwhile, I constantly prepare my own students for piano competitions, and some of them have won top prizes in local, regional, and international events. I'm very grateful for these experiences. They allow me to gain an insight into the competition from different angles to get the whole picture. And I'm happy to share my experience with all of you, not just my own students, because I believe if more students have a better understanding of the competition, they're more likely to succeed. As a result, they will feel more confident and be more motivated to play. As an educator, helping students to be more successful is what I love to do. No matter what size or level of the competitions you're in, you have to understand what the judges are looking for and how they evaluate the contestants. Based on my years of observation, I found all competition winners demonstrate some similar qualities. And these qualities represent several key criteria by which the judges select the winners. I'm going to share these criteria with you one by one. Let's start with the most basic, the technique. You need to have a solid technique, and that includes your sound, your tone, your touch, and the clarity. A warm, rich, and well-balanced sound can immediately make a student stand out from the rest. That's because in piano competitions, all students play on the same piano. It's very easy to tell who has a nicer sound. The experienced judges will notice the difference within 30 seconds. Therefore, technique is really the foundation of a winning performance. A good technique, however, takes years to develop. It's an accumulation of effort and hard work, not something one can cram in a short period of time. That's why it's best to develop a solid and healthy technique right from the beginning. Like I mentioned in one of my previous videos, what you need to know about the first year of piano lessons. Younger students, especially the beginners, should always play with firm fingertips. Try to build the strength and independence of each finger first, then combine that with the use of wrist and arm. For intermediate to advanced level students, pay attention to the technique training in your daily practice. You should consistently work on scales, arpeggios, chords, and etudes. Always include them in your routine. If done correctly, over time, you will achieve a great efficiency and flexibility with your hands and fingers. And this will certainly improve your chance to beat the other contestants. Now let's say a student already developed a very strong technique. He has a beautiful singing tone, crystal clear sound, great control of tempo, and a big dynamic range. Is he good enough to win? I'm afraid no, that's not enough. The things I mentioned above are all important qualities. However, in a highly competitive event, many students can meet these criteria. If you want to stand out, you have to bring something extra to the table so that the judges will remember you. This is what I call the star quality. And what exactly is it? It's your musical expression, your ability to move the judges and audience with your performance. In other words, in addition to being virtuosic, students must demonstrate a deep emotional connection with the music they're playing and can freely express themselves in a genuine way. This is the ultimate X factor that enables a student to stand out from his peers. Next, I'm going to explain what musical expressions are so that the students will know what areas they should be working on to achieve the musical expressions. There is a saying, God is in the details. Similarly, I would say an essential part of the musical expressions lies in the details. Details, details. I cannot stress enough because the details are what separate an average performance from an outstanding one. A well-polished performer should have an array of colors, a subtlety and sensitivity in tone and timbre, a precise control of voicing, bringing out everything that should be brought out, and a refined rubato which can best serve the music. You see, details consist of so many little things, and it's these little things that draw people in and make an unforgettable performance. Another crucial element of the musical expressions lies in the understanding of the music. The judges want to see how well the students know the styles and characteristics of the composers and compositions they're playing. This is especially critical for advanced level students because their pieces are complex and lengthy. The students who can effectively deliver the character of the piece and show a musical maturity will make to the top. But I must say, when it comes to interpreting a piece, your teacher plays an important role. His or her knowledge, experience, and musical taste will have a big impact on their students. The next criterion is the performance on stage. I think we all know how important it is to deliver a complete, accurate, and smooth performance in a competition. That being said, we're human beings. It's a live performance and you have only one chance. It's impossible to play everything perfectly. Even professional pianists have flaws. But there is a major difference in the kind of mistakes you make at competitions. For example, for a 5-minute piece, if a student accidentally touched a few wrong keys or a few notes were not very clear, that is negligible. However, if he had a memory slip or a big pause in the middle of the piece and could not continue to finish, then it is a big problem. The game is over. Live performance is always nerve-wracking. Honestly, if someone tells you he's not nervous, I'm not sure if he's giving 100% to his performance. So it's totally normal. But students have to learn to keep their nerves under control and not let them disrupt their performances. Here I have some tips. If you try them regularly, you should see improvement over time. Number 1, try to perform as much as you can. If your teacher offers student recitals, make sure to participate. If your school has talent shows, sign up to perform. You can also contact your local church, senior center, or nursing home, ask to play there. These are all wonderful opportunities to practice performing and gain experience. Number 2, in the final stage of your preparation, you should play through your pieces more often. Unlike the regular practice, which emphasizes on repetitions and isolations, playing through prepares you to stay focused from the first note to the last, helps you to build strength and endurance, both physically and mentally. This is exactly what you need in a real competition. During the process, you will also find where you tend to mess up or make mistakes, and those are the weak spots that should be fixed. Number 3, prepare what to do if you had a memory slip during competition, how to recover from your mistakes and move on to complete your performance. Memory slip is the most common mistake students make when they're under pressure. There are many ways to address this problem. For example, in addition to memorizing hands together, students should also try to memorize hands separate if they feel the memory is not secure. This is particularly helpful in memorizing Bach. If you're playing a sonata, do some analysis. Be familiar with the modulations and harmonies, transitions and cadences. Compare the exposition with the recapitulation and remember how the changes happen. In general, it's best to move forward from where you had trouble instead of going back to the beginning of the piece and start all over again. That's the last thing you want to do in a competition. There are two other criteria I want to talk about briefly. They're not directly performance related, but they both can contribute to a winning experience. First, the repertoire selection. After hearing many students at various competitions over the years, I found playing the right pieces can really give a student an edge and put him one step closer to win. You probably wonder what are the right pieces and how to choose them. One major principle is that the piece should showcase the strengths of a student, highlight what he or she does the best. This is usually the teacher's responsibility. Teachers should not only know their students really well, but also have a breadth of knowledge in piano repertoire. Another principle is that the chosen pieces should be hard enough to demonstrate a student's ability to the fullest. In most competitions, students are divided by age. The common age divisions are 8 to 11, 12 to 14, 15 to 18, etc. If a student can master a piece that's usually considered difficult for his age group, then no doubt he will have an advantage. But please keep in mind, it's not the harder the better. If a student played a challenging piece, but the execution was poor, then he ended up showing more of his weakness than strength. So consult with your teacher, choose the piece that suits you the best. The second element is stage presence, which is how the contestants carry themselves on stage. Don't overlook this aspect because it really matters. When a student looks poised, confident, and charismatic, he is making a great first impression on the judges. This is especially important for younger students. We often see them look nervous and intimidated at competitions. Well, it's very understandable. Playing under pressure is never easy. But if they can try to forget they're in a competition, instead think as if they play in a recital and completely immerse themselves in the music, they will play much better. I know some younger students have a very natural response to the music. When they play, they always move their bodies. That's an excellent stage presence. For those who are a little bit shy, we should encourage them to move more with their bodies when they play. It will help to make their playings more expressive and enjoyable. Finally, I want to thank you for watching my video. I hope my discussions gave you some idea on what it takes to win a competition. At the end of the day, the winners are those who have the whole package. An outstanding technique combined with a deep musical expression. Of course, nobody was born with that. It takes years of dedication, discipline, and resilience. Please remember, the ultimate reward comes from the experience itself. Even if you don't win, you have to know you are a better performer and a stronger person than before. Sometimes not all the hard work and effort get recognized right away, but as long as you keep improving your skills, your chances to stand out will come. I wish all of you the best of luck in your next competitions. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.